Okie dokie. Hey, hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Desiree DeMars, and this is a Sacred Symbols reading. It is Sunday, October 2nd, and 2022 is the year. So I hope everybody is entering this. I believe it was a new moon. I think I said last time, full moon at the end of the recording, but earlier I had stated that we were going into a new moon. And so I hope it has felt fruitful for seed planting and hunkering down in some places. Obviously, many of us, many of us have heard about some of the chaos created by Hurricane Ian, and luckily it missed us here in North Carolina, or at least in these parts in Western North Carolina. And but I hope that you're all safe and sound, and I hope that this reading will be of benefit for going into the next week for all those who are participating and watching, observing. Please like and share, pass it around. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not really going to talk about astrology today. I just want to dive into the reading. But it is chilly and almost wintry feeling here. This does not feel like October. It usually does, but I see colors are changing. So I hope you're experiencing that too. And already it looks beautiful. So I imagine the cold weather will definitely help the leaves. I know crispy nights really help the leaves turn beautiful colors. So join me in taking a few deep breaths. And make sure you take a few in through your nose, hold it a few seconds. Quite a long inhale, hold, and then exhale. Relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders. Grounding yourself down, all the way down to the center of the earth. As you imagine, there's a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens, and it is anchoring you into this sacred and divine feminine, the Pachamama energy, the iron molten core of the earth. Visualize the earth nurturing, revitalizing, refreshing, bringing health and vitality to you as it activates your field, your immune system. Just those breaths, the hold gets the vagus nerve activated, and now we are activating that iron, the hemoglobin within our own blood, and feel the essence of that vitality moving up through you, through all of your chakras, so that all of your chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And then imagine all these colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo, violet, and white are also flowing upward and overspilling out into this field, into the greater field, this super conscious field of awareness, the all that is, the great mystery. And feel that connection that you have now as your field is open, activated, balanced, aligned, and infused with rainbow light. And then, if you will, just a last little tweak. Imagine a beautiful orb of golden light up above your head, just above your crown, and feel that activating your own sacred triangle, one point at each shoulder, and imagine it is the foundation of this golden grid, the golden net, the all that is that connects again each of us to one another. So just feel your field as it gets grounding, it's also able to expand even greater. And feel this field of conscious awareness expanding up and out, infinite and eternal. And may whatever wisdom and communication runs through this reading today, may it be for the highest and most divine light. So let's call in all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. Calling into the sacred circle, all of the directions, all of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all of those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we sit in the sacred circle, aware of the seed that is planted within the central channel that is expanding outward into our home, beyond the home, out into the surroundings of the sacred container, this building that you're in, and then feel that energy and that awareness, that connection flow out onto the land where our ancestors once walked. And the ancestors that are there now, no matter how great or small, are here connecting with us, opening up our awareness to our ancestral lineage, both our maternal and paternal. And with that, feel this invitation opening into the sacred space for all of our guides, angels, and teachers, the mystical, the magical, the seen and the unseen, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers. And then last but not least, let's call in all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and are now here working on our behalf. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit in the sacred circle, bring wisdom, guidance, appreciation, and take another breath or two. Take a moment to feel an intention deep in your heart. Let it well up, let it expand out and fill the sacred circle as it sits and connects to your ancestors, maternal and paternal, and to all those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. Come and be with us. Come and be with us in these great, incredible times of change. Times of change. Times of transition, of great turning. Feel your heart opening and aligning with your brain, aligning with any mental activities that are still lingering, and feel a heart and brain coherence. And feel that expand your field even further. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. May we receive clear and divine answers to the questions, to the inquiry that we have here today for the bones. And may all that is received today not only benefit us, but may it be received and benefit all those we come in contact with, simply by our state of being, our resonance, our frequency. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So, my friends, I'm going to invite you now to take a deep breath in and blow 3 times into the basket with your intention. Just imagine yourself aligning with these sacred pieces. Oh, I think I'm going to, let me wait. Hold on, and I am going to share my screen. Share screen, and go to my overhead camera and get that started and expand that out into the greater field here so that you have a bird's eye view of the field that we are communicating with and seeking answers from. Okay, so here you go. Okay, I guess I was feeling this while I was doing the invocation. The sun almost flew off. I just happened to put my hand down there and caught it. And then we've got another piece that flew off the board, and that is, okay, one of our ancient ancestors on our, or the ancient ancestors on our maternal side. And it fell off right about here near this piece representing community. So we've got something way out in the bigger picture. You know, obviously we are getting whammied by the solar phenomena that's happening. So the sun, the ancient ones, community, right? That is playing a big piece of whatever you're asking for clarity, wisdom, or healing about, whether it's for you or it could be for another that you asked. And so let's dive into the other main pieces of the reading today. I mean, very interesting, very intense. Look at the, you know, very focused, very honed in. Wow. I mean, you couldn't get some of these pieces any closer together. Here is the inquiry, though, right at the center. So whatever it is you're calling out for or seeking in your heart, it's definitely affecting the physical field that you're in, and it has to do with vision. So we've got all the feminine ancestors here, right? Oh my gosh. We have mother. No, that is not mother. Here's mother right here at the blueprint. So there's something about your maternal lineage, right? And there's a lot of internal energy, emotions, kind of holding everything in here. I think, you know, I'll just call it the craziness or the chaos has been so intense these last couple of weeks. I was with my mother and I hadn't seen her since COVID. And my clients this last week were just, you know, we're all really going through this makes total sense. It's kind of like, and in fact, as I see it, you know, if you think of the birth canal just before a child is born, or any creature is born, and they're coming out, or any mammals anyway, coming out the birth canal, this is what's happening. Like everything's coming together. It's really getting tight. Everything's getting really focused because it's going to shift from a cycle of completion, right, into a new cycle for this rebirth, or the rebirth. And this is truly what's happening. If you look at the astrology right now, it is like, this is just completion. And you know, you think of how much more can I get rid of? How much more can I complete? And we're really getting, you know, compressed into this area where, you know, we're feeling it physically, we're feeling emotionally. This new moon, I think, is really calling us to, you know, keep your eye on the prize, stay focused on the vision. Here is Eagle Condor saying the same thing with the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the greats, the great ones, right? And the ancient ones were popping up on the bigger picture. And Yeah, so mother right here at the top of this, the blueprint of what you came in with, and then you probably couldn't see it when I first talked about what flew off almost. Here is Sun. So Sun and Uranus, big players right now in the field of what is happening for all of us. And yeah, the sun. So interesting that it's like these greater influences, our ancient ancestors and the sun. And then I would say I'm getting chills just thinking about it, is like community, right? Like the greater community. And in fact, I like to look and see then what is going on with when I say community, then I'm thinking our star nations, our greater community. And here they are with the great ones, eagle, condor, deer, this idea of innocence, this idea of awe and wonder, something much greater. And sure enough, here's Jupiter amplifying everything, amplifying the dream, amplifying the sense of, we're wanting to manifest something, and yet right now it's still a lot of gobbledygook, and it's still a lot of ideas, and it's a lot of stuff now kind of merging. I think that's what's starting to happen for many of us too. We're all feeling like we want to co-create. It's time to collectively come together into this birthing point, or this place of creating something new. And so, that's very Plutonian to what's happening. And also Saturnian. We've got Saturn right here. Oh yeah, this is interesting. We've got timekeepers saying, yeah, it's not quite, it's like the pause. We're still in a place of pause, which is so interesting. So it's not the in-breath, it's not the out-breath, it's just a pause. And it's as if things are, I think, I'm feeling like lining up, they're coming together to line up, because sure enough, we've got like, who do we have here? Ancestors on your paternal side, your mother's grandfather, your father's grandfather, maternal and paternal grandfathers, they're like aligning, right? And where are the grandmothers? We've got your mother's mother, your mother. I don't see the other grandmother. Oh, she's out here. So interesting. I mean, the masculine. Okay. Yeah. But like I said, your mother, there's something about the divine feminine. So she's at center stage. She's, I would say, getting ready to birth something. I mean, I feel that. I feel like I've been, yeah, okay. And what's underneath this blueprint here is the ancient ones, the men, the masculine, the men on your father's side, this paternal energy, and this idea of this blue piece, this blue stone, the purple. We've got the violet and the indigo, really telling us that it's about these awakening these higher channels. I've had that too in the last couple of weeks. People are just like, oh my God, the ascension energies are just popping, or people who are writing just can't stop writing. I mean, there's so much information coming through, and it's all coming from the angelic realms, Venusian, the moon, Jupiter. It's just expanding, and it's all about this rebirth is about speaking our truth, right? Speaking our truth, because it is indeed like a rebirth, right? It's a rebirth. Yeah, we are definitely having a rebirth. Here is we, us, you, rebirth right inside, right inside, at the heart of the matter. And that's truly what is key. And that's what's close to mother, this idea of our mother's lineage, healing the mother, healing. That's the intensity. Look at Ian. That is what this hurricane is forcing things to do. It's washing things away that, for whatever reason, we don't know the greater picture. But on a frequency level, it's saying movement. The 5 is all about movement, moving emotions through, moving our power through, moving things through. This is the shaman. This is the work in the world, our work in the world, in the greater picture, in the great mystery, right? And this is transfiguration in the heart. we're having a transfiguration of the heart of who we are. Can you stay in the higher frequencies of love, right? Of gratitude, humility, and divine love. This is what's coming into alignment, right? Creating new stability, new homes, new structures, creating new. Some of us, and this is Ian, is like an example of the extreme, right? A clean slate. Sadly, I mean, I hate to even think about how much was lost, how much has died. But that is the greater cycle of life, right? That's the greater cycle. So all we can do, the best we can do, and that's not to say the least, but one of the best things we can do is become more internally reflective, right? This is what the shell abalone is about. Internal reflection. The power is within, the joy is within, the wisdom's within, right? And sometimes it's foggy. You've got like a double fog here, Neptune, and this fogginess of the brain. A lot of people are having brain fog. That's the opposite spectrum of those that are getting downloads, that it's crystal clear. And to some, it is like total brain fog. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go, right? But what's important for you, my friend, is to stay focused on the vision that you came in to express as this human in this lifetime, right? That's in your DNA. And it is your own medicine, right? This new foundation is your medicine for this next chapter, right? That's moving through, that's coming through. It's just at a little pause. You know, we're at a little bit of a pause. And so, okay, where am I? So at the top, if you were, this is where I am up here, where my finger is, and you are down here, which I hope that came through in the way I set up the camera. Sometimes it doesn't. I just don't flip the switches the right way. But forgive me if it's not, but this is what's closest to you. So for you, it's like your father. Mother is center. Father is kind of what's coming and swirling and still coming in or still working through. Definitely a healing kind of experience. But I would say moving forward, you know, it's on a journey moving forward. The ancient ones are there for support. We've got make a wish about your home, good luck with your home, the angelics, the ascended masters, that energy is here. And this idea is about, you know, all this is happening for clarity, right? Clarity of mind. This is air, for clearing the air, for clearing. We all are going through a huge clearing process. Right. So it's interesting when I do the invocation or just before the invocation and I make an offering, you can see these little granules of us. Well, you can probably only see a semicircle, but I create a circle with my intention and prayer to be the communication, to be clear communication of the highest level. Today it's very interesting. It almost looks like a lot fell here and a lot fell here, and then there's some spaces. So I feel like it's definitely reflecting this idea of a pause and then movement, a pause and then movement. So we're just in a pause, things are coagulating. It's almost like a coagulation of this intense energy of the chaos from things falling apart and things coagulating, almost like the wound. So we had to go through this wipeout. And now we are waiting for the blood to coagulate, to form the scab so that we can start the healing process of rebirth, of being born, right? Of our transfiguration that is here, merging the heart with the all that is, the superconscious, our heart and our superconscious, so that we speak the truth. No matter which road we take, here's a fork in the road. And it's pointing right back to and alongside of this idea about rebirth, your mother, the mother, and the blueprint. You know, going back to the blueprint, that's the total and absolute core of who you are in this lifetime, right? This is, I think, we're all going through, you know, maybe we're just in the eye of the storm for a little period here. And then who knows what will be next, you know, as we go into the next phase or stage of this evolutionary process that we're all on. So I would say those are the key things I'm seeing. Keep yourself grounded in order to have deep, deep levels of insight. Take time for Bear is here. Bear, this is right next to passion. So allow some of your passion to be that sacred space, the quiet space, right? Where you feel a divine union with yourself, right? Where you feel this Celtic knot, this knot of eternity. And yeah, and just, all that energy still moving. I feel like a lot is moving here, right out of the mouth or the stretched arms of the inquiry, right? The blueprint, this idea here of the emotions, trust the emotions. It's all coming back around. It's in a greater cycle, and we are all feeling it. We're all feeling the intensity of it, and we're all feeling our interconnectedness. I know we are, whether we're aware of it in word and deed or not. That is a huge part of what's happening. So that's it. Trust the emotions. The emotions are your medicine. They inform you about your feelings, and those feelings inform you about your power. Taking your power back, being in your power, being responsible for what you've created and what your part is in this bigger picture. And then just allowing the personal aspects to unfold. They will unfold naturally. They already are, and they will embrace this idea of this greater picture helping us evolve, this idea of evolutionary awareness, evolutionary growth. This is what's happening for all of us right now. So I hope that was helpful. It was short but sweet. And let me quit my share here. In fact, let me stop this camera. How can I do this? Sorry about that. That was like a roller coaster ride, right? I guess I can't turn it off there. I thought I could turn it off there and just move it. But what I will do is I will quit sharing, stop sharing my screen from the overhead camera. And here we go. Just get that out of the way a little bit. And just share a brief closing. So whatever your intention was, and I would invite you to even, as you're looking at these, and when you could also stop it at one of the bird's eye views there and just really take in the symbolic energies that you're feeling of the wisdom that's there, what's coming through for you about anything related to what I said and how it aligns or relates to your intention. So with all of that said, let's bring this reading to a close and know that I think it's a lot about just hanging tight, right? Being in the pause. You'll know when it's time to move forward. It might just be one part of a move, a short part. And yeah, I think enough said about that. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I hope that there was insight. I think I'll just say one more thing as I'm looking out, like last words here, is definitely, something like Ian and these experiences we're all having now that are, the norm is not the norm anymore, is about cutting away. I see our little heart-shaped dagger here on that outer ring, so the bigger picture, the greater message is, let go, just keep letting go of whatever expectations you had. If they're not the same, just keep letting go of maybe parts of your vision that no longer serve, or patterns and behaviors that you're aware of now that have not served you well. It is definitely time to release that, and that will bring clarity of mind. Clarity of mind. And I think that's what we're all going through, even on a collective evolutionary level. So with that said, Take another breath or two. Really feel yourself grounded in whatever information landed for you, and feel free to listen to the recording, like and share. And in full faith, so be it. Aho.